What's up, YouTube? So hey, I'm out in front of the property today, and I think now is the time to put up some locks. I'm gonna put some door locks on. One of the reasons I'm gonna put some door locks on is every time that I come over here, there's somebody that has went into the house, and so I'm tired of coming in and noticing that the door is left ajar and things like that. So I've been putting it off, but I think now it's time to put on some door locks. The other reason I'm putting on door locks is if you look here in my driveway, I came over here around noon on my lunch break, and I found a little kid actually playing in our garage, and he was creating stuff with construction materials. And I thought this was pretty creative, what he created here. I don't know what it is. I didn't get a chance to ask him, but I thought that was pretty good for some cardboard and some other supplies. But at the same time, I can't have people just kind of going through the house playing, you know, having fun, that sort of thing. I think the kid, I think the child actually belonged to whoever's framing this house right here. So this is our neighbors next door. They're getting framed up. And so, sorry for the noise, but another house down, you can see they're doing some type of metal work wherever you see those sparks flying down there. So that's what's making all the noise. But yeah, so I went to the wonderful Home Depot, a lovely Home Depot store, and I bought some locks. So I want to lock my stuff up. I think it's time. That just kind of gives me more peace of mind. That way we don't have people just kind of wandering in and out of the house as we continue to add materials, continue to build. And I may start leaving some of my tools over here because it's a hassle to pack everything up, leave, and, you know, set everything up when I get back. So I may be leaving some of my tools here. I don't know though. So I got 3 locks from Home Depot. They all match, they all work with the same key. So that's good news. So right now we're coming in, it's getting dark out here. I can't work in that hot sun, y'all. So I'm coming in now in the evenings and early morning. Like this morning, I was here at about 6 a.m. I got up, was able to get quite a bit done up there, right? We got 3 drops. These are 3 Cat 6 drops. So these Cat 6 drops are for the whole home audio system that we're putting in. The whole home audio system will power the speakers in the great room, which is where I'm standing here. This is the great room. So we'll have 4 speakers in here. And then as you go, let me get back in the light. And then as you go behind me, that is our kitchen. And so we'll have 2 speakers in the kitchen. And then over there in the dining room, we'll have 2 speakers in a little dining area as well. So that'll all get controlled right here from this drop. Also controlled from that drop are the speakers that will run to the exterior, which is right behind these windows. That'll be covered, screened in porch right there. So we'll also add a drop for that. But yeah, so I had to run these, and I'm gonna see if I can angle the camera right. I had to drill 2 holes right there, run it through the top plate. If we come around this way, so see that run right there? So that run of wires runs along there, and then it shoots that way. So, and that way, let me see, get my orientation. That way is towards the media closet. So coming back around, everything will terminate here in our media closet, which you see right here. So all of these are the extra wires that I've run all throughout the attic for IP cameras and for the whole home audio. And then these are the wires that my electrician ran for cable and basic internet to all the outlets. So I wanted to do some additional wiring. So there's a few places, like even here in our master bedroom here, I've actually added an additional drop. And so this was something else I did this morning. Let me see if I can orient this camera again to show you. So it comes up the wall, you see up the wall there, around, and then it shoots down that way. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but basically those wires end up back here. So there's some additional sealing that I want to do. I feel like you can't get enough sealing. So one of the things I want to do, everywhere that you see 2 pieces of plywood butting, I want to seam that. Also, I'm going to caulk these corners here on the interior, and I'm going to caulk the corners on the bottom plate. Like they caulk the outside here, but I also want to caulk this inside where it's connected to the sheathing. And the reason I want to caulk that is because, you know, that's just a second layer against allowing bugs to intrude inside your home. So that'll also, everywhere where you can seal and get more seal in, it's going to be good. It's going to benefit you and your family. It's going to make the home more comfortable. It's going to make it harder for bugs and insects to get in. And that's what you want. It's going to make it harder for water and wind to get in. And the thing about air entering your home is air brings moisture with it. So the more air you can prevent from filtrating just through a dry wall, the better off that your air quality is going to be in your home, and the better off, you know, the wood is going to be, because that moisture that comes along with the air is not being able to make it inside of your home. So I bought some cans of caulk, or some tubes of caulk. I'll show you here. See all those tubes of caulk here? That's like 12 tubes. So I'm gonna go through and kind of do the little extra piece that I wanna do to really kind of set this place up. I'm sorry for the shaky camera, y'all. I'm just walking around a lot, trying to get used to filming in the dark again. But it's much cooler, even though I'm still sweating. I don't know if you can see that. It's much cooler here now than it was, you know, at 5 p.m. or and morning is cool as well. So I'm going to continue to do that, get up at 6 a.m. and work for a couple of hours before actual work starts. So I'm going to set this up so y'all can see me kind of do this caulk job. The other thing that I need to do is foam these areas. So we have to foam in between these. And the reason for doing that is it's something called fire drafting. But basically, imagine if a fire broke out inside of this stud bay, like this cavity right here, right? So the fire would be contained to this cavity and that cavity only. What that allows you is more time to escape, you know, in case of a fire, and more time for, you know, the fire truck to get here to potentially and hopefully be able to put out the fire before it spreads to other parts of the house. Well, wherever you have electrical, you see they have this electrical here, and it is, you know, they've drilled holes through the studs, and that's necessary, but you have to go back, get in close so you can see. But you have to go back and fill that up. I mean, you don't have to do it, okay? Like, you can get by without doing it. But if you want to be sure that in the case of a fire, your home, you know, at least has a fighting chance of surviving and it not spreading, then this is something that you want to seal. Because what it will do, like I said, this stud bay here, it catches fire, and then all it needs is this little gap that's here. That little gap is enough right there for it to spread to this cavity here. And then when it spreads to that one, if it has an exit point, it'll spread to the next and it'll spread to the next. And before you know it, that fire is growing. You know, you have more and more stud bays that have caught on fire. And we just don't want that. You know, we don't want that in the event of a fire. So I'm gonna go through each place where they drilled holes through the studs, and we're gonna caulk those. We're gonna foam those up. So each individual stud bay kind of sits on its own. In case of a fire, it will be contained to this bay until, of course, like the fire got so hot that these particular studs, you know, just deteriorated or caught on fire. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, you want to add protection where you can, you know, hope for the best, plan for the worst. So that's what we're doing here with that fire blocking. With the ceiling, I just don't like bugs in the house. So we're gonna do all we can to keep bugs out of the house, guys. Well, enough of me talking and rambling. I'm going to put this on a tripod and you get a chance to see this in action. That's what you saw me doing, kind of sealing this bottom seal here against the sheathing. All the way along this line, I wanted to make sure that was sealed up good. And then getting these corners. I want to make sure these corners are sealed good. And then all along here, sealing that. And again, in these corners, sealing those off where those cracks are up in the corners. So I'm gonna continue on. There's plenty more to do. Whew. All right, YouTube. It is 3 a.m. in the morning, but I have finally finished caulking this space. You see, we've got the headers caulked. We have all the double studs are caulked. Any joints where the two pieces of sheathing meet is also caulked. And the bottom on the seal plate, we caulked along this perimeter and also along where the sheathing and the 2x4 meet. So, mission accomplished. We've got it all done. Now I'm gonna go get some sleep and get back at it at 6 a.m. tomorrow. See you soon. Peace.